Hello financial investors and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brent and today we are doing our stock market weekly recap for the 4th of May through the 8th of May 2020. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what was posted over on Facebook this week, cover some of the earnings for Cisco Corporation, which is a food distributor, and Disney was a comment here that I received in the channel, so we'll take a look at these two earnings. Then we're going to go ahead and jump into the four main indexes, take a look at their performance here for this past week, then look at stock futures, which really don't mean too much. We may just skip that. We'll look at the entire S&P 500 performance here for the week, then jump into oil, the dollar, silver, gold, bonds, and wrap it up with mortgage rates. So it's a very quick recap every single week, going over what took place here in the market. Obviously, the market was very positive this week, even though we had several million additional unemployed individuals out there, which I did post here on Facebook, so we'll cover that very shortly. And with that said, if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do hit that subscribe button below. I cover the stock market, dividends. I post videos covering what stocks I am buying every single week in order to dollar cost average into this crazy market here this year. So if you enjoy any of that, stock market, dividends, definitely subscribe. If you do enjoy this video, find it helpful, entertaining, give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any comments at all or just want to say something, drop a comment below and I do read and reply to all your comments. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so we had quite a bit of earnings coming up this week. We saw Tyson on Monday. Now I looked at what was going earnings this week within my portfolio. I didn't really have a whole lot that I was really looking forward to. Most of my stuff, about 8 or so different stocks happened last week. This week I was looking out for Cisco Corporation, which happened right there on Tuesday. And I know there were a few others out there such as Shopify, PayPal, Square, Roku that, I was kind of just looking at, but I didn't really care overall because I'm not going to be investing in either of those at the moment. I did own CVS a while back, but I had sold out of it. So taking a look here at earnings. Now, the other investor in the comment section here, Jesse Smiley, had posted that they were interested in Disney. Disney, I believe, went earnings, was it Friday or Thursday? Let's see if I can see it here. Maybe I can't see it, but either way, Cisco here, they did miss. So they came in with 45 cents per share and revenue of 13.7 billion. They were expected to have 0.53, so they did have a bit of a loss. So you can see earnings per share was down roughly 21.1% from what they had been expecting. So obviously just this last quarter, with the month or so with the epidemic currently taking place, it has significantly hurt their business as they're no longer having to distribute some closed down businesses. A lot of the small mid-cap businesses, the local restaurants that are no longer receiving packages from Cisco because they don't even have their doors open. They're getting a lot less sales. They don't have to order as much as they did from this distributor. They did not come in very well with their earnings per share. Now looking at their revenue did actually come just a little bit over. You can see here a beat of roughly 0.9% on the revenue surprise. So very nice. And this document or this little page here does go into all the highlights here of the earnings, which is very nice. I like this website. This is Earnings Whisper. If you guys haven't checked that out, very helpful, useful website to check out. Also, Disney came in and they had also missed, you can expect that with their cruise lines, all the resorts, all their parks, and just every single line of income for them has been drastically cut for about a month and a half now. So they reported their earnings of 60 cents per share and they were estimated at 83 cents per share. So that's a big cut right there. It's 23 cents there. And if this goes longer, into 2020, just imagine even less earnings in this next earnings cycle as the businesses continue to say either close or slower than normal. Their revenue also came in at 18 billion, which was expected of 18 billion. So basically flat on the revenue, and earnings fell by roughly 24.1% there on the expected. So they did have a little bit of revenue growth, but overall just did not measure up. So Did you guys have any earnings this week? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. I will post the earnings going up on Sunday or Monday as far as the anticipated earnings for this week, for the next week. So definitely look forward to that and check back here on the website. Now, outside of that, I didn't do a whole lot of posting. This week was my kid's 5th birthday. So a lot of times during the day and at night, we just kind of spend a lot of time playing some board games and hanging out. Here's a little meme I took a look at today that was shared over my Facebook. So I thought this was, really funny. So, the government's out handing $1,200 to everybody. And now that this stimulus is to help you get through, this, and then this individual just goes out and spends it on Amazon. And I have to say, looking out my window on a daily basis, I see tons of UPS delivery trucks every single day delivering, packages. And I'm a good, I ordered quite a bit of things from Amazon this past week just for my kid's birthday, but I think I don't usually shop that much. But I did see in some of the stores, the TVs gone, and a lot of undersupplied electronics in the stores that I visited in these past few weeks. So I did post one video this week. So I posted it on Monday, recorded it Sunday, posted it on Monday. I went through and bought 2 stocks this week. If you haven't checked that out, would recommend you guys check that one out. And I thought I posted the job numbers, but I guess I had not. So dang, I thought I had posted it all. But essentially, it was the smallest uptick of unemployment, but it's still, we went from, I believe it was 22 or 25 million unemployed to now over 33.5 million individuals out there claiming unemployment. So it is a crazy amount. Plus, with small mid-cap businesses coming back off and bringing their staff back, a lot of the staff don't want to come back. They're still, either they're scared and worried for their, their loved ones and such, or, they don't want to pose a health risk to others, or it's just so much better just to be unemployed. They're collecting a much higher paycheck than they would otherwise have if they went back to work. They're getting the unemployment check, plus they're getting an additional $600, I believe. I don't know how that whole process works. I don't think I've ever filed for unemployment since I've been, teenager. I've always been consistently working either through the military or afterwards. I've always had a W-2 job, and I may have had like one day in between. I quit one job, I had a weekend, and then I started another job. So I've never collected unemployment, so I don't know that whole process for me. But it's still very, very crazy. So let's go ahead and jump into the S&P 500. So overall this week, the S&P 500 was up a whopping 3.5%. Now, I have no idea what the market, is thinking right now. I know Fed Chairman Powell came out this week saying that here in May, the Fed is going to begin buying ETFs and funds. And that may be the magic that's taking place here in the market and kind of propping it up. But the Fed cannot just go out there just because the economy is shut down. They can't just go out there and start buying into these small mid-cap businesses. They've already supplied them with equity, for the business themselves to run it as they should. They shouldn't need to go in here and prop up the market. That's not going to prop up the business. It's going to prop up the market, and it's just going to cause it to inflate even larger than it is. And eventually, when the Fed stops supplying, the pipeline, it's going to come crashing a lot faster and a lot harder than it has been in the past few months. So we got a small dose of what I believe the future will look like. Overall, we can see year to date we are down roughly 9.32% in an environment where there's still a lot of small mid-cap businesses. There's states closed. I know 33.5 million individuals out there. I looked at the Oregon statistics. Oregon itself is where I live, and I believe we had, let's see here, maybe 8 million individuals in the state of Oregon. So I think the unemployment would be about 8 states the size of Oregon just completely being unemployed and just having all those individuals in the states just not working. So I know I posted that somewhere. I think it was on my personal page, so kind of interesting. And let's go to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones not performing as well, and I think that may have been because of some of the companies within here, such as the, Boeing, and maybe some oil companies. I don't know the whole mix of it all, but I know there was a bit of attachment this week. So here, Wednesday down 0.7. This is down a little bit harder at 0.91. And also on their green days, in comparison to the market, you can see up 0.9 on Tuesday, 1.15 on Thursday. Here, this is only 0.56 and 0.89. So a bit of a disconnect there between the indexes. Now, jumping into the NASDAQ, straight across the board, every single day, positive, 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 positive. Up 6% and putting it year to date, now positive, up 1.66%. That to me is just mind blowing that in a current state, we are positive now year to date. The Russell 2000, this is expected for the hope of these small mid-cap businesses kind of getting back to some sort of normal routine. They are still down the most of the four main indexes, still down 20.31%, but still putting on a nice 5.49% gain in the week. It's just very crazy. Now, stock markets currently are positive, but again, this can all change, and we will cover stock futures again as we get closer to Monday. We'll see some overseas markets kind of open, and that'll kind of show us what is going on here in the market. Plus, we may get some news floated out here on Saturday and Sunday. So here is the 1 week performance. Your best performers out there are essentially your FANG stocks. We have Facebook up 4.98%. We'll just say 5% there. Followed by Apple up a whopping 7.29. Then we have Microsoft up 5.79. Google 5.09, and we can't forget Amazon over there, 4.09. Netflix, we got to have that N. So 4.88. Disney, positive, even though they missed on their earnings. I saw a lot of investors in the dividend community asking, Disney missed by a wallop there on their earnings. Why did their company just continue to move higher? They wanted to buy it in the 90s. Why did this company move higher when they missed their earnings? So, no one knows exactly. We have Chevron coming up, 6.74%, and Exxon 7.05. So if you are out there buying oil when oil was low, it is definitely rebounding. Also, if you check out USO, this one's up 13.84%. I know a lot of investors who were invested in either USO or they bought NAT, the North Atlantic tanker. I'm not sure the abbreviation for it, but it's basically a tanker and holder of oil and such. So if you have an oversupply of oil, you'll just go ahead and move it over to NAT, and they'll just kind of hold all your oil out in the seas on these big tanker ships. The dollar this week is moving a little bit higher. So we started off last week at, actually it looked like it moved lower. This graph appears to make it look like it's going higher, but for whatever reason, we can see it's 99.26 over here at the start last week on the 3rd, and then here currently it's, this is showing 99.75, but it does look to have come down, so it's 99.10. So it actually basically trended about flat for the week, but not a whole lot there. Silver and gold, so you have the market up rallying several percentage points, and we have silver on the side up 3.88%. Gold not doing as well. They say a lot of investors are looking at silver as a sort of underrated or underappreciated material that is just it's been beat up and it has no reason to be beat up. So I've seen a lot of investors beginning to kind of move into silver for their own reasons, and this is up 3.88. Gold staying at up 0.49%. The bonds slowly moving down. This could be that we see some volume here early Thursday, and then overall 0.4%. So money flowing into the bond market, causing bonds to go lower, and mortgage rates slowly rising from 3.51% a week ago to now 3.55. So just a very slow increase there in mortgage rates. So I know a lot of my friends are out there and looking at getting into a property. They're seeing housing prices are starting to fall, I don't know if you guys have noticed it in your communities as well. If you guys are looking for any houses, have you noticed that house listings are expiring or that they are dropping in prices? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. If you're looking for a home, have you noticed expired housing or just prices lowering what they want for their homes? So that is essentially all that we're going to be covering in today's video. You went ahead and covered the main markets there for the changes for the week, and also some of the performance here within the market. We can see financials and the FANG stocks just moving higher this week. Very nice out there. You can see medical devices. It seems like they changed this around because REITs used to be in this area. Financials used to be over here. This is still financials, but I remember it was the big banks over here. Oh, big banks are down here now. And REITs used to be in this area. But that is going to be it for today's video. I'm like a squirrel, so I saw something. That is it. If you guys are brand new to the channel, again, I would really appreciate if you do subscribe to the channel. I cover the stock market, dividends, entrepreneurship, or stock market investing. If you guys have any questions on this video, have any questions at all of me or the channel, or just want to see a specific topic covered, go ahead and drop it into the comment section below. And of course, give this video a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.